Hello guys, welcome to part 2 series of this tutorial where we will be sculpting a stylized male head in Nomad Sculpt. If you haven't watched the first part, I will leave a link in the description so you can go check that out before coming to this part of the tutorial. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you get notified and updated when I release a new video. Well, let's get started. Alright guys, so in this second part we will be focusing on the lips. So I will first of all, this lip have a good shape, but we will refine it to give it more of that shape we're going for. So I'm going to use my mask brush and just mark out this top area right here, because I want to work on only one particular lip. I don't want to be working on the two lip at the same time, because it will be difficult to do such. It will be so difficult. You're trying to move two lip at the same time. So I will just use my mask brush and mask out this part right here, so that while I'm working on the bottom lip or the top lip, I will not be able to affect the other lip. So I'll just mark it out like this. Okay, so after marking it out like this, I want to use my drag brush and just drag out this part right here and just pull it out more like this to give it more of this lip shape, just giving it a basic shape of the lip. So just gonna wow, it's looking long, but I will refine this, give it more of a better look. I'm just gonna push this out more. Looks fine to me, but I will be refining this more. I think I'm just gonna use my brush right here, my smooth brush, and just smooth out these sharp edges right here, because that's looking sharp. I don't want that to be sharp. Just gonna smooth that. I'm gonna use my clay brush, add extra clay right here. Just gonna add extra clay, and this whole part of the lips, when you look at the lips, you observe that the upper lip is longer than the lower lip. So we want to do that. We don't want the lower lip to be longer than the upper lip. So I'm just gonna use my flattening brush and flatten out this part right here, this topper part. I'm gonna use my clay brush and let's add clay right here at this part. Just keep adding, keep on adding to this part. Oh man, I think that's long. Wow, that's really long. That's why it's good to keep your brush on a low intensity, so that when you're doing this you will not add so much clay to your mesh. So yeah, that's it. And I will just add a little bit right here. When you look at the lip, the lower lip is always having this kind of form, as if it's going inwards into the mouth. Then the upper lip just comes on top of it. So that's how it is. So I'm just going to invert that, and what I'm going to do is, let me just use my mask brush and add up this area around here. Just going to add that up, so that I can be able to move the upper lip without moving the lower one. So just going to move this like this. Looking from the bottom view, I'm just going to move this, just using my drag brush to push it out. Keep on pushing it out like this. Just gonna push that in a little bit. Wow, from the top view, you see, that's why it's good to look from all sides, guys. So when you're sculpting, always make sure to look from all sides. It's very easy for you to be sculpting on one particular side, mostly when you're lost and you're so focused on your work. You tend to focus on a particular angle, and you sculpting on that, and when you flip your object over or you rotate your object, you're like, man, God, what am I doing? So that is something that you want to pay attention to. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my clay brush and add extra clay there. So, and just add more clay, but I won't leave it like that. I will shape that later on, just giving it more of that form of the mouth. When you touch your mouth, you observe the way that the skull part right there at the tooth area, it's more prolonged. So yeah, that's it. So I want to get that that detail so that it will look more kind of realistic but a little bit stylized, yeah. So what I'm gonna do now, mm, just gonna this lip, upper lip, just gonna add more clay right here, adding more clay and keeping it simple. Well, at this stage, it's easy for you to want to go fast, and it's very important that you pay attention to reference. So at this point in time, I'm just taking a look at some reference image of lip, because well, I think there are thousands of lips out there that has different shapes. So I'm just gonna clear that mask right there. So there are a lot of lips with different shapes and different sizes. So when you're sculpting, you want to pay attention to the type of lip your character has and stuff like that. The same with the nose, when we sculpt the nose, yeah, you need to focus on that. Yeah, so you want to know what the kind of lip your character will have, because that will change the overall look of your character. So I'm using my drag brush. I'm just gonna put this back like this. Yeah, I'm gonna put this back because that lower lip is looking longer than the upper lip, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna pull this forward, like this. Yeah, that looks fine to me. I'll just pull this part right here backwards like this, so I will have more of this shape. So this part, I'm gonna push this out. Yeah, I will refine that more, because at that point there's a muscle right there. When you smile, you can feel that muscle right there. So there's a muscle right there at that point where the lip ends at the edge there. So yeah, those stuffs, when you indicate those things, they make your character look good and look more lifelike. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. So I'm going to use my drag brush, and I want to pull this out a little bit. Well, this shape is not what I want, but I'll keep on refining this and refining that. Alright, I'm gonna pull this down. I think the lip need more work, so I'm gonna use my crease brush. I'm gonna increase the radius and reduce the intensity. I'm just gonna use it and add more crease to the lip. Well, I think I'm gonna increase the intensity more and just add crease to the lip. I'm just gonna crease in the lip right here. So yeah, that's just it. After getting the overall shape that I want, well, the lip is looking more like this sexy snake lip kind of thing. I don't want that. This is not what I want. But don't worry, I will refine this. I'll give it a right shape. Alright, let's go. So alright, let's use the clay brush right here. I'm just gonna add extra clay at the face around this area. We're doing it like this. Looking from the front view, you can see how the face is looking, and the skull have this bony structure right there. From there is kind of transition to the jaw, and that is covered by flesh and muscle. So it's around your cheek, so yeah. So I want to add this sphere. I added the UV sphere. I want to place it for the eyes. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm just gonna click on snap right there, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees. Yeah, and let's scale this down to place it for the eyes. So I'm gonna place it right there and click on that and scale it down. Then let's scale it down more. I'm gonna click on and grab it forward, scale it down more. So the reason why I'm doing this right now, I'm not done with the lip yet. I'll still be refining the lip, but why I'm adding this to do the eye is so that I can see where our character is going, and know how to get it done. So yeah, it's very good you do this. You can just all different part. It doesn't mean you're done with the sculpt. You're just trying to see how it's going. You can just add the eyes, the nose, the ears, and from there you go ahead and do the sculpt and stuff like that. So yeah, very good stuff. All right, so the eye is looking too far away, but I will be dragging it closer to each other. I don't want it to be far away, so I'm gonna pull that together right there. Okay, okay. Hmm. All right, all right, all right, all right. So I think the eye needs to be pushed up back a little bit. I'm gonna push it out more. Okay, that looks good. Well, some characters have bigger eyes. That's why I'm saying I'm going for a more of a realistic but a little bit stylized character. Because when you're talking about a whole stylized character, you're talking about character with big eyes. Pixar like characters. They have big eyes, and yeah, so a little bit realistic but kind of stylized, I guess. And that is what I want. So I'm going to use my clay brush with my head selected. I'm just going to add clay at this part. Keep on adding clay. Keep on adding clay right here. So why I'm doing this is I want to make the area for the eyelashes, and I don't want to do that by adding maybe a sphere then splitting it open. I don't want to do that. I want to make use of the head right here. So I'm just gonna keep on adding and adding clay right here to fill it up, so that I can be able to make the eyelash and the upper eyelash and the lower eyelash. All right, that's very important. So I'm gonna use this method. I often make use of this method when doing stuff like this. Yeah, when sculpting the head most of the times, because I found that it's more you know it saves time. Yeah, basically saves time to do it this way. You find it fun and interesting to do it like this. So very cool. So I'll just add clay right here. Keep on adding clay. Some people see sculpting like, man, this is so hard. Like, you just be there. You need to learn it, because I tell you, when you learn it, you find it fun and so easy. To get the whole shape that you want. And studying anatomy is one of the most craziest thing ever that you want to really want to take your time to learn, because well, it's so exhausting. You sit there for hours and trying to study something, like, man, and it looks like you're not getting it right. You just have to keep on doing it. You have to keep on doing it, knowing that, yeah, you're doing something that will help you. So I'm just gonna hide that eye right there and use my clay brush, set it to subtract and increase the radius. Let's remove this whole part. I think I'm just gonna focus more on this video right here. Alright guys, that's done. So what I'm gonna do right now is gonna remove more in this area. Remove all this part. Keep on removing. Alright, well, it's looking good. I'm gonna use my grab brush and drag brush. Let's pull this down to form this joint area where the top eyelash meets the lower eyelash. All right, but I think it's looking like an old man right now. Oh, we will smooth this to do better. Wow, it look like an old man. So yeah, I don't want that to look the same way it's looking. So let me use my flatten brush and flatten this part. Just gonna flatten this part more. Okay, yeah, we got that shape. So I'm gonna go to my voxel remesh and remesh it right there. So yeah, because I want it to look more of a leg subdivision. Okay. I'll just clip flatten out some part right here. Well, look at this part where the eye joins together at that point right there. Well, I think I'll just use my clay brush and add more clay right here. Just add more clay right there. In that part, I will be refining that more. I won't leave it like that, no. I don't want my character to be old, so I'll refine that more. And well, if you look at the eye from the bottom, as you can see, they are not aligned. So I'm just gonna use my drag brush and drag this whole part like this. So just gonna drag it out more, drag both the bottom and drag it out like this, and push it back like this. Alright, I'm just gonna smooth that like this more using my flattening brush. Just gonna flatten out that part and keep on flattening out that part right there to give it more of that shape. So I'm gonna use my drag brush, drag this whole part like this, and keep on dragging it like this. So we just want to get that shape that it has more of that kind of shape, so it looks good. Alright, but that eyelid actually wraps around the eyeballs. So yeah, that is one thing that you want to pay attention to when you're doing sculpts like this. Mostly the head, the eyelid wraps around the eyes. So yeah, and that's what I want to achieve. So well, it's looking good, but I think I'm gonna use my crease brush at this part. I want to just add in some crease right there and just mark out that fold right there. The fold is not always obvious. It's mostly obvious when you open your eyes. You close your eyes. It's kind of like there's like a little mark, but it's there. So I just want to mark that out for now. We'll be refining that, just giving it that shape that it has. Going for the silhouette. So I'm going to use my smooth brush and smooth this part. I'm not so happy with the shape that I've got, so I'm gonna use my crease brush and just take things in. My clay brush, just gonna use that to take things inwards and reduce the radius. Keep on removing all this part. Keep on removing. Yeah, it's looking good. Wow, the whole character is coming out. The whole head meal score is coming out. But this shape, I'm not so happy with this. With the way it's looking right now, just gonna use my flattening brush and flatten out this part because I want to have more of that flat shape. Yeah, that is what I want to have. Because if I was to be putting putting eyelashes, definitely I would need to have that flattened. So yeah, so that I can be able to add the eyelashes. So I'm going to use my clay brush and add extra clay right here, and this part looks kind of sloppy at the bottom of the eyelid. So right there, I'm just gonna use my clay brush and add extra clay right there, but I will be pulling that on later on. So right here, I'm just gonna use my flattening brush and let's flatten out this part. Alright, well, so it's looking good. Just gonna keep on flattening out this part right here, because when I turn back the sphere for the eye, well, it will look great. So I'm gonna use my inflect brush and inflect that part. And still this point, I'm not so happy with the overall shape. I think I'm gonna smooth that out. Use my smooth brush and just smooth things out. Yeah, that works better. Yeah, got it done. But I will still be refining that with my clay brush. Just add extra clay right here. Set to a lower, very low, yeah, intensity. Okay, just keeping it simple. Alright, let me turn back the eyeball right here, and we can see how it's going. So now we can make adjustments to the eyes so that it will look more realistic and better, because if you zoom closer you will see how it's looking. Yeah, so you see it's not exactly how it's supposed to be. Well, the eyelid is coming out in some area more than in some other area. So yeah, so I'm going to adjust that. I'm just going to use my drag brush. We're going to pull that backwards to fit in, then you have more of that, shape following the eyeballs. Yeah. Okay, all right, just gonna keep on pushing that in, pushing that in, pushing that in. Yeah, using my move brush. Hmm. Sometimes the move brush and the grab brush, they are different brushes. They work in different way. The move brush is more like moving the mesh without really changing its whole form. But the grab brush, yeah, just pulls out that section, and it changes the form and everything. So the move brush and the grab brush, they kind of work the same, but they are different brush. When it comes to you know the whole sculpting, and mostly when your mesh is on a high resolution, you can definitely see how the two brushes works, because the move brush just moves that section, and it doesn't really change the whole overall shape of your mesh. So it just moves it. But the grab brush, it pulls out that particular section that's selected and just drag it. So I'm gonna use my smooth brush, and let's smooth out this part so that it looks good. mm, the new character is coming out. As you can see, we are getting what we want. Alright, I'm gonna smooth this part out like this a little bit. Just gonna wow, I'm happy with this. So I think I'm gonna use my crease brush in this part. Let me just make that visible more with my crease brush. Alright, wow, the whole thing is coming out. So this part right here, the brain part looks kind of terrible. I think I'm gonna use my clay brush and just remove all this area and smoothing that out. Just smoothing it out, smoothing it out, smoothing it out, and smoothing it out. But I'm not happy with this shape, so don't worry, we'll refine this. Just getting the basic shape. Alright, yeah, so that's just it. Getting the shape down first is very, very, very important. It's very important. And wow, that looks flat. I think I need to add extra clay right here, this part right here. When you look at the score, you will see that is visible, like it's visible, the score right there, though the brain area has more of that shape. So yeah, that is what I want to have. So yeah, this part, I think I'm just gonna use my clay brush and add extra clay right here. Just gonna add extra clay. No, it really helps in seeing how your character is looking and the overall shape and everything, and it's good stuff. Yes, very good stuff. All right, wow, this is looking good. It's looking good. This is looking good. Alright, that's all for this second part. Well, in the third part, we will be sculpting this more and giving it more of a better look. Alright, guys, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the third part of this video. Alright, take care.